So hello and welcome to my channel, and today is going to be a little mini haul with a few beauty items that I bought from TK Maxx and Boots, and then I'm actually going to use the products to create this look. So if you want to see how I did that, please keep watching. So I'm going to do hair and makeup. I've just had a shower. I don't wash my hair every day, so I do wash my fringe every day, but the rest of it I don't, so it's a little bit damp. I'm going to do it in a plait today. But before I start all of that, I'm just going to put a little bit of skincare. So I've had a shower, like I say, washed with facial cleanser, and then I've put some Clinique eye. It's like a gel actually. It's a sample I've got. I'm not sure if I like it or not. And then my normal Clinique moisturising lotion, which I absolutely love. Then I'm going to put. I usually use a Clinique, the Blue Pot, a Hydro Blur, but today I'm going to try a bit of this. I've got another sample, so it's from Bobbi Brown, and it's the vitamin. I think it's the vitamin C base. So it's sort of a moisturiser with a bit of a primer in it. I have tried it before, sample wise, absolutely love it. So I'm going to put a bit of that on before I do my hair, so it gives it a chance to soak into my skin. That is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a lovely, beautiful scent, but it's just so, it feels so soft on your skin. It's lovely. Right, it's the weekend, so I'm not going to go too crazy with hair and makeup, but what I'm going to start with first is I'm going to do my new favourite hairstyle at the moment is a side plait. I've never done these before, and then just recently I've started doing it since my hair's grown a bit. And I really like it. It's so easy to do as well. So just brush it all round. Love these brushes. Talked about this before. This is a Tangle Teezer wet and dry brush. Really good. It sounds a bit like it's ripping your hair when you do that, but it's not. I just really like it as a brush. Can't quite say why, but I do. Right, so let's split it into 3 and get plaiting. There we go, and then at the bottom I'll just put on this. This is just a little scrunchie from Primark. Got 3 of these the other day, I think, for £1, something like that. There we go, 1 plait done. So that's the plait done. I just now need to sort out the famous fringe. Right, that's those in place. Give them a little spray as well. Spritz of the old spray. And that helps keep everything off my face as well when I'm putting my makeup on. So I popped into Boots and TK Maxx the other day just to have a little nose to see if there was any makeup brushes. I had a right good result. Let me show you. So first of all, e.l.f. I've never had any e.l.f. Makeup brushes before. So this is a highlighting kit. So you get the little fluffy brush there and then a fan brush. And these, it says RRP £8, but I paid £3.99 for those. So that's them out the packet. I really like these. They're like it's like a rose gold colour, lovely, and they're very soft but quite firm at the same time, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so we'll use those in a moment. I also wanted some Real Techniques brushes. I've got tons of brushes now because I keep buying them when I'm doing these hauls, but a couple of the Real Techniques I've used before, and I thought, yeah, I need to get a few more. I wanted some of the big fluffy ones, and I think now I've ended up with 2 actually. But another one at TK Maxx. So this is a limited edition, and it's called Brush Crush for even powder application. So it's powder brush. Got this one RRP $12.99. I paid $5.99. I didn't realise they go by numbers. So this is a 300. Look at that, it's like silvery. Actually, it looks nicer than it did in the packet. I thought it was going to be blue, but it's silver. Lovely big fluffy brush. And then I had a result in Boots. I've noticed, I don't know if you've been in Boots recently, they do like, is it a Crazy Tuesday or something? But once a week, they have these offers on. Last week I bought a teeth whitening kit. I'll do a separate video on that, I think. Should have been £30 down to 10. And then this week, I picked these up, I couldn't believe it. So Real Techniques brushes, you've got a 201 and a 200, and they were less than half price. Should have been £19.95. I got them for £9.50. Absolutely delighted. And it's got a little makeup brush as well, makeup brush bag. So that's those out the box. 200, 201 powder brush here, and this is an expert face brush, things like foundation. Beautiful. And then you've got this lovely little bag, and that is in sort of it's like a goldy champagne colour. Really nice size that is. So yeah, like I needed another one. And then back into TK Maxx, picked this one up. It's the brand Japanesque, I think, and it's an eye smudger. So this one should have been, oh, it doesn't say, it was £2.99. So that's got a little number on it as well. That's a 346, and it's just a very, very short, quite slim brush. So another one from TK Maxx. This is an eyeliner, and it is CoverGirl, which I'm sure that used to be a bit of a dodgy brand when I was younger. It's a self-sharpening tip, and it looked brown, so I thought, yes, very nice. I was after a brown one, £1.50. And then I saw this. Now, if you watched my Wilko haul recently, and I talked about, no, not the haul, it was when I did the makeup, and I talked about the primer that I used, that I didn't like it at all. I actually took them back. I thought they were faulty, sort of split on my face, took them back, got my money back, both of them. So once I'd taken those back, I spotted this in the clearance bit. So I thought, okay, because I still wanted something, so I've got a whole sort of face from Wilko. So this is a tinted day cream. So I want something very light, you know, for the days when you don't want to wear too much foundation, which is today. So it should have been £3.80. I got it for £1.90, and it's in the colour 10 light. Let's get that wrapper off. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I have had a little practice on my hand, just so I could see to make sure it's the right colour. With it being light, I didn't want it to be too light, but it looks quite dark, but I'll show you that in a minute. Right, okay, let's put some makeup on now after that little mini haul. I wasn't planning on doing that. Right, so the vitamin C face base is now sunk in. It's still a little bit tacky. Right, so let's start on the makeup. Let's start with this. So this is the tinted day cream, and I'm going to try and buff it in with this Real Techniques brush. So I'm going to pop a little bit on my hand. Oh, it's quite watery. And then I'm going to pop. I don't want too much coverage today, so I'm hoping this is more like well, like a tinted moisturiser. Okay, so let's buff that in a little bit. I like the brush. Yeah, that feels nice actually. Just for a very light, just to get rid of any sort of blemishes, or just to even your skin tone out. That's what I'm looking for today. Right, so that is very sheer. So I'm going to go for a little bit more. Right, so that's blended in really nicely. I like that very much. Great for something when you just don't want anything too heavy, but you can guess now, I really like that, and now it's stopped being sold. Never mind. Right, so that's my base. So I'm not going to use any concealer because, like I say, I'm just looking for quite a light makeup today. So the next thing I bought, I fancied doing a bit of lilac eyeshadow. Goodness knows why, but I wanted to give it a go. Could I find any palettes? A lot of them had lilac in it, but not different colours. But then I spotted this with Revlon. This was in Boots. Now this was £6, so it's quite expensive, but it's 4 different shades of like the lilacs. So I'm going to have a bit of a play with that today. Right, so previously I've bought some other Real Techniques brushes, so I'm going to use a couple of these to put the eyeshadow on. So to start with, I'm going to use this Defining Crease brush. It's a 304, and I'm going to use the pale colour out of these. Does anybody ever actually use these applicators? So that's it open, that's what it looks like. You've got the nice subtle shadow for a base there, and then the other 3 to create a bit of colour-y, all right? So I've just got a little mirror to the side of me here, so I might have to just look over. Right, to start with, I'm just going to go with the paler shade. I'm going to just put that all over my eyelid. It's very pigmented. So I've covered the whole of the lid into the crease and then just a bit above. I've not taken it up there or right to the brow bone just yet. So I know some people just do one eye and then go off screen and then come back and do the other, but I'm going to do them both, just in case I can't remember what I'm doing. So same on this lid. Right, and then I'm just going to darken it up a little bit using the next shade along there, and I've got another Real Techniques brush, and this is a medium shadow brush. So I'm going to put this colour mainly sort of in the crease. So with the third colour, I've got another Real Techniques shading brush. I'm going to put a little bit sort of near the inner eye just to see what that looks like. I've not done this before, so it might not look the best, but we'll see. So just sort of pack that on there, just so you can sort of see. Can you see a bit of colour? Yeah, it seems to be coming off. And then with the new brush I bought, the Japanesque, I'm going to go with the really dark colour. I'm going to use that as a liner, and that's why I've got this thin brush. So I'm just going to sort of line the corners of my eyes. So I'm just going to wet it down actually, because it's a little bit fluffy. It's not picking up much product, so let's have another go. And then I'm just going to bring it a bit more under the actual eye as well. Just add a pop of colour there. Right, so what I'm going to do as well, because that brush is more for smudging, it's not necessarily to create a fine, you know, a defined line. So I'm going to go in with this brush now, another Real Techniques, and then I shall smudge it a little with the other one. So this hopefully will give me a bit more of a defined actual line, which is what I really wanted. Right, so that's the finished line. Much better with that. I'm just going to smudge it out a little bit with the new smudger brush. Just to sort of take a little bit of the sharpness off. So that's it so far. I'm just going to go back with a little bit of the very first shadow that I used, just to blend over a bit, because some of the colouring just looks a little bit harsh. Doesn't look so bad on screen, but in real life it does. So I'm just going to put a very light dusting over the top. So onto brows next. Pick this one up in Superdrug. I have actually used this before. I've already got one on the go. I love it. That's why I've been and got another one. So it's the Revolution Duo Brow Definer. They don't do it in blonde, so I've had to go for light brown, but I've been fine with it. So I'm going to use the one that I've already got open. I did actually dye my brows yesterday, so they don't need an awful lot doing to them, just a little bit of thickening up. So on this you've got the spoolie one side, so just brush the brows in a little bit. So what I tend to do is I make the outline of the brow shape and then blend it in. So with the pencil I sort of push up just to create a bit of thickness at the brow that I've not got, and then I will put a bit over this part of the brow as well, just to give that an illusion of being a little bit thicker. It's a really nice product. It's quite creamy actually. It goes on so nicely. And then my favourite blender or spoolie. This is Masked, from Masked, the brand, and I got this one from Boots. So I always use this just to blend the brows a bit. So just put a little bit more on. If you've been here a long time, you know I don't like too big a brow or too dark. It just doesn't suit me. And then I'll set those brows in place with the Benefit Brow Setter. Absolutely love this 24-hour brow setter. Expensive but worth every penny. So just place a bit of the gel on the brow and then just brush it through. And that just helps to keep your brows in shape. As you saw from the beginning, mine tend to flop over, so I have to make them go up. Right, so that's the brows done. Okay, now I'm going to have a play about with some false lashes. So I had a go with some the other day. I've bought a couple of sets from, I've got one set from Primark and I've got a few sets from Wilko, and they are just individual lashes. They're like clusters, should I say. So they're individual clusters. So you get probably 3 or 4 little lashes in a cluster, and then you add a few to your eyes. So I'm going to put a little bit of mascara on first and then put these on the top. So I do like a bit of a budget mascara, so I like to try different ones, and I like waterproof. So I saw this in the Natural Collection. A friend of mine at work recommended for me to give it a try. They had it in black, but I've got here brown black. So I'm going to see what that looks like, just to see if it's a little bit not as harsh as a black mascara. This, I think, was only about £2.99. So I got one for me and one for my mum, because she likes waterproof mascara as well. So I just put a little bit on the lower lash. No, that is no good for the lower lash. It's too thick and bulky. Look at that. I'm getting a right old mess with that. No, let's try something else. So what I'm going to try is, I've got this. It's another Real Techniques brush. It's the Slanted Brow Styler, it's called. But I think that would be perfect for mascara. So I'm going to have a go. See if I can get a bit of product off there. Oh, here we go. And see if I can get it on my little lashes. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Right, so that's the bottom lashes done with my new little technique. Right, I'm just going to stick a little bit on the top, and then we'll have a go at applying some of these other lashes. Right, that's just a little bit of mascara on there. So I'm pretty lucky that I've got quite good lashes. So if I add a bit more mascara, I don't tend to need to wear false ones. But I want to give these a go and show you how to use them. Well, try. So I've been attempting to put them on with this, but I think these are shaped actually for when you use strip lashes. So they're like the strip shape, aren't they? So they haven't worked with these. But I was struggling with just a normal pair of tweezers. They weren't quite long enough. So I spotted these in Superdrug. And these are a stainless steel lash applicator. Now these were £6, so not overly cheap. And they are the brand B, which I don't know whether that's... oh, it's one of Superdrug's, I think. So it must be Superdrug's own. Right, so that's them out the packet. Look at those. So they've got a little... Oh, they don't open very much. Right, okay, so let's grab a couple of these out of the Primark packaging. These aren't brand new. I have tried to use a couple of these previously. They are actually reusable, as long as you're careful with them and you get all the glue off. Right, so just grabbed 4 different sections, or 4 little lots of lashes out of the packet. There they are. Really nice, aren't they? They're just very subtle. So I'll just put a bit of the glue on my hand there, so I can dab the lashes in it. Now, I'm no expert at putting these lashes on, and if I'm doing it the wrong way, please let me know. But I'm just sort of having a bit of a play around with them at the moment, just to see what's the best way of doing it. Right, so let's grab a little section. Right, so there's a little lash in the applicator. Just do a little bit of glue on the top. Just make sure it's all coated nicely, but not too much. Obviously this dries clear. And then I've got it on there, so I'll leave that for a couple of seconds just to get the adhesive going. Right, I'm just going to lean to one side here because I've got my mirror, and this can be quite tricky. So I'll do it as much as so you can see it as much as possible. So I'm going to just put it right on the outer corner. So that's the first one on, just on the outer corner. I have to say, these seem to be perfect. My goodness, it took me nearly an hour to get some of these on the other day. I just couldn't grab them properly. And now I can. So let's put another one on now. So got the lash, bit more glue, second one. So what you need to do is try and get it as close to the lash line as possible, and then you can use the straight side of that, and I tend to just push it against my nail. So that's the second one gone on now. I cannot believe how different this is now, thank goodness. Those have both gone on first time really quickly, lovely. Right, let's get the others on before this glue dries on my hand. Right, next one, I'm going to go on the other eye now. And then just use the end of the lash applicator just to push them against the natural lashes or the lid, just so it gets a grip. So lash number 4. And then what I'll do once they've dried, they've sort of stuck together a little bit that side, but I'll pull those apart once they've dried. Right, so that's them on. Cannot tell you how easy that was compared to what it's been like before. A couple of the lashes have stuck together at that end, so another real technique. This isn't sponsored, by the way, I wish it was. Lash separators. So now the glue is dried, we can have a little play about with the lashes just to neaten them up, get them all separated. If you've not got one of these, they are absolutely fantastic. It's a metal one rather than the plastic. The metals just seem so much, it's stronger, so it seems to be able to separate the lashes a lot better. So that's them separated. I can't believe how well they've just gone on. I really can't. You can hardly see them actually on my eye. I've got them in a really good place, and when you have a little bit of shadow or eyeliner over in that area, it just covers the end where the ends of the lashes are anyway. So what I'll tend to do is actually put some more eyeliner back on the top just to even it out a bit, but on this occasion I think I'm okay that I don't need to do it. So just to blend it all in, what I will do is actually add a bit of mascara onto my lashes and onto the false eyelashes, just to sort of blend them in a little bit there and bring the inner corner, build it up a little bit more so they're a bit longer, so you've not got suddenly long lashes, short lashes. So I was going to add a little bit more liner, the one that I bought from TK Maxx, but I think I'm going to leave it because everything looks okay. What I might do actually is put a tiny little bit on the waterline. Nothing major. Probably not the right colour to use actually. I probably need more of a grey, but yeah, that's fine, just to give the eyes a little bit of an outline. Right, let's get on to using some of these other brushes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of powder across the T-zone, just to dry that, stop any shine. So I use this all the time, I love it. It's the Primark pressed foundation powder. I've got this in a couple of shades depending on how brown my face is. So today I'm going to go for ivory. Yes, another Real Techniques brush. Just sweep a tiny bit of that on my nose. As you can see, it just stops the little shining nose. And a bit on the forehead. Not too much because I don't want to take away the sort of natural look of it. Right, I'm going to put a bit of bronzer on now. This one is quite an expensive one. It's the Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. Absolutely love it. And I didn't realise actually they're doing it in slightly different shades now. So this is 01 Light. So it's quite a matte bronzer. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to use this big bushy powder brush. Let's get a bit of product on there. Let's bronze this face up. So I just sweep. You're supposed to do like a 3, but because I've got quite a sharp jawline, I tend not to do that. I do the start of it, so a bit round my forehead, on the cheek. Oh, I like that. That feels lovely. A little bit on the chin, and then obviously a bit on the neck, just to blend that in a little bit. Okay, to contour, don't do a massive amount of it. I'm going to use my lovely new brush, and then I'm going to go for a bit more of the pressed powder foundation from Primark. So this next bit I've picked up. So Gemma Louise Miles, who's a YouTuber, absolutely love her stuff. She uses the foundation as an actual bronzer. So what I've done, I've got a darker one here, so it's caramel, and I will actually use that to contour a little bit. So it's quite dark. I'm going to have a go with my lovely white brush, but I'm not going to go too crazy. You see, look how that suddenly just gives me probably cheekbones I don't want. I'm just going to blend that in a bit. That's a little bit sharp. And then I'll just bring it round a little bit there so it's all blended in. That is a lovely, soft, beautiful brush for sweeping. Really like that. Very nice. So in that duo, let's try the fan brush next. And I'm going to take a bit of highlight here from my Film Star Bronze and Glow Charlotte Tilbury set. Just going to go for a little bit. In fact, no, I'm not, because I've got the purple. I need a more pinky one. Hang on. Right, change of plan. Let's go for something a little bit more pinky. So this is this set's from Primark. It was last year's, the Highlight and Glow palette. Love the blusher in here, and I do like this little bit of a highlighter. It's sort of a pinky bluey, so will go nicely with the lilac eyes. So let's take this elf brush and just sweep a little bit in the areas where you highlight. Very subtle. Bit on the Cupid's bow. I'm going to go in there a little bit with my finger. And then a little bit of highlight right at the top of the eyelid. Remember, we didn't put any eyeshadow on there, so that can just have a little bit of highlight instead, which actually the colour sort of blends in with the eyeshadow anyway. So that's quite nice like that. I do tend, actually, once I've finished doing my makeup, I do tend to get a tissue and just blend everything in a bit, really, to be honest. Sort of takes a bit of the product off, but also blends it through. Right, that's that. Let's finish it off with a little bit of blush and then some lips. So I am going to use this blush. I love this one out of this set here. My lovely new fluffy brush, number 300. Let's take a bit of that and pop that on my cheeks. So you're supposed to put it on the apples. I absolutely love blush. If you get the right one, it really brings your face to life, and sort of gives that appearance of, you know, healthy, glowy skin. Right, so that's that all blended in. I've just taken a little bit off with the tissue because it was looking a bit clownish. Right, now, bit of lips. What colour lips should we go? We need some sort of pink, I think. So let me have a little look in my box of tricks. Okay, so I'm going to go for, picked this up recently in one of my hauls. This is an Essence lip gloss from Wilko, and this is in the shade number 3, Friends of Glamour. So because I've got quite dramatic eyes, I just want a very light lip colour. So just going to go for a bit of this. They are very sticky, but I like that. Make your lips feel really nourished whilst adding a pop of colour. Right, so that's just a little bit on the lips. Now I'm going to sort out my fringe and then we'll be done. So there we are, all finished. Really pleased with that look. I'll just come up a bit closer so you can see. Yeah, I like those products. Bit of a different sort of eye look for me. Hopefully, I hope it picks up the colours because they are pretty nice. And these lashes are brilliant. So that's that all finished. Hope you've enjoyed that one. Yeah, really interesting using some new products. I really like that. I love those brushes. Absolutely gorgeous. I really like this as well. It feels really nice and light on my skin. The only thing is it's settled a bit in my lines, but I can soon rub that in a little bit. Yeah, so overall, I don't think any purchases out of that lot were dud. For once, yeah, they're all good. So if you have enjoyed that and you're not already a subscriber, maybe you might want to hit the button to subscribe to the channel, or there's a little bell thing as well. If you press the button on that, that'll alert you to when I upload my next video. Usually do between 2 and 3 a week. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that one and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.